Welcome to Agenda Edina, a program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. To expand Edina's tree canopy, the city will sell trees to residents for half their cost this spring. The city's climate action plan includes a goal to increase Edina's tree canopy from 36% to 43% by 2040. Trees planted today will mature by 2040, helping to accomplish this goal. Before the end of 2023, the city will have planted 1,000 trees, mostly in city parks, as part of its Next Gen Trees program. Now, the city is working to encourage residents to plant trees on private property. Through a partnership with Tree Trust, the city will sell 200 trees, 6 to 8 feet in height, in 10-gallon pots. A variety of species will be sold, including fruit trees and conifers.
With the seedlings, I usually expect about 50% of them to survive, and so which is still pretty good. But then when you think about it, that means half of them are dying. With these potted trees, if it's in like a single-family home's yard, it should be 99% survival if you're able to have someone there just to help water it and avoid hitting it with your lawnmower and that kind of stuff.
Similar to sales in other suburbs, Tree Trust will manage the logistics of the sale. Residents will pay $50 for each tree. The city will cover the remaining cost of the trees and tree sale services. Trees go on sale March 13th. Visit treetrust.org for more information or to buy a tree for pickup June 3rd or 5th. To preserve home ownership opportunities for low to moderate income households in Edina, the city has formed a partnership with Twin Cities Habitat for Humanity and Homes Within Reach. As part of the program, Habitat for Humanity would buy a home in Edina, renovate it, and sell it to an income-eligible home buyer. The land the house sits on would be conveyed to Homes Within Reach to place into a land trust, and a 99-year ground lease would be executed to ensure long-term affordability. The Housing and Redevelopment Authority, or HRA, approved a $3 million revolving line of credit for the partnership. Once the land for a project is secured into a land trust, the portion of the line of credit attributed to the land would be forgiven in each project. The sale proceeds from the sale of a house would be returned to the HRA.
We are very excited about this new partnership with Habitat for Humanity. It helps with our housing preservation program that we already have in place with Homes Within Reach, but it adds another player as Homes Within Reach has limited capacities.
It is anticipated that 6 houses would be acquired, rehabilitated, and their land placed into a land trust as part of this program. The Edina Police Department has 2 new custom-built tools its officers can take on patrol: fingerprint scanners. The new devices were first put into use in January and are already aiding investigations by successfully identifying people. Edina TV shows us how they work.
With well over a decade of law enforcement experience, Officer Mike Sussman knows the importance of making sure people are who they say they are.
We'll take fingerprints for criminal investigations, civil investigations, people that need to be fingerprinted for employment opportunities. Raul Baltazar is going to help us out today by providing his fingerprints for our demonstration.
The fingerprints appear on screen in real time and are sent to the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension for both identification and documentation. Now, the same identification feature can be carried by officers wherever they go.
They both talk to the same database, and if someone has been in the system before, they would link those fingerprints to that unique identity.
Older versions relied on a separate computer connection.
These devices are completely independent. It sends the fingerprint to the database and lets us know if we have a response. It's a huge time saver. Sometimes it's nighttime, databases are down, someone's doesn't want to identify themselves, or it's an emergency situation, and it basically gives us potentially an immediate response.
Officers didn't have to wait long to see its value.
One of the first days we actually identified an individual with an outstanding U.S. Marshal's warrant for their arrest.
The Edina Police Department has 2 of the devices in service.
So this is where we store the devices in the garage here.
Most of the cost was covered by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund. Officers find the technology easy to use and essential for their work. Tools now on the road, helping officers investigating crimes or in an emergency situation. I'm Dan Carpenter for Edina TV.
Residents can sign up for the annual Police Citizens Academy to learn more about the inner workings of the police department, including use of the portable fingerprint scanners. The next 12-week program begins in September. March is Women's History Month. This year's national theme is celebrating women who tell our stories. Join the City of Edina this month in honoring women who have devoted their lives and talents to producing art and news, pursuing truth, and reflecting society decade after decade. Thank you for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.